I want to ask you the question and I'll share my thoughts. But if you had to recommend a few strategy changes or a few course corrections or things like that to Italic, is there anything that you would point to say, hey, I think you guys should lean into this, or I think you should stop doing that?
Yeah, I mean, if I were in charge of 10xing the business, literally what I would do is go into the most interesting categories that I have, find creators that have like a million plus highly engaged followers, and go to them and say, hey, I want to do a partnership with you. We're going to cover all of the operations, we're going to cover all of the design, we're going to cover everything. We just want to do a partnered line with you. And I bet you if they did like 12 curated creator led drops per year. So they're doing like one a month, which I don't think is that crazy given that they're already launching so many SKUs per year. I think they would crush it. I mean, I think this would really make them highly profitable. And I think that, those lines would sell out and they would, probably grow, I would assume, by just 100% doing that itself. So that's the approach that I would take in terms of like, hey, how do we take this from in a low eight figure, which I think it's around low eight figures in revenue, to like a high eight figure business? I'd be like, hey, you need to be doing creator led drops every single month.
Yeah, you make the rev share interesting enough. You'll have the pick of the litter, so to speak. Like that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
What was your answer to that?
So I took it a completely different model, right? So I'm more of an operations guy. Although your idea is I love that as well. I would actually go back to the roots a little bit. So I think they were onto something with this whole Costco as a motif idea. What I would do is I would actually start opening own retail shops. Right, I wouldn't try to partner with a Nordstrom or something like that. I would start opening up Italic stores, and I would open them up in outlet malls. Right, so people who are already there looking for a bargain, they're going to be by the Louis Vuitton store, they're going to be by the Nike store. I would start opening up retail shops in those locations, and kind of take a home goods TJ Maxx-esque approach to it, where you don't know what you're going to find. Right, you know that Italic is known for very well-known high-end products that are, affordably priced. And I would basically have something where you're going to change the curation every couple of months. And so when people are at the outlet mall or they're walking through there, if they see a handbag that they want, they have to take it right then because they may not be there next week. And so the way that I would kind of think about this is you have those retail locations. You could make them membership only down the road if you wanted to. But the whole point would be that you start driving people to this physical location. They start to experience it, start to see what's going on. Maybe you take a page out of what Majuri's doing, and if you're selling online as well, if you have a limited drop and you're selling out of a handbag, you get the backlog there, and you can do another one later on and start to email those people. But they can't be an evergreen store because then they're going to be competing with a Louis Vuitton or Hermes or things like that. This has to be about really cool pieces that look a lot more expensive than they are, that are somewhat of an impulse buy, right? Like that's kind of how I think about doing that.